these crazy ballers out of town. I'm just a material. Oh, sorry, I thought I was going to Madonna there for a minute. All right, cool.
Come on, you already know.
Wait. Was that Madonna there?
No, that was just off the top.
I thought it was doing Material Girl. I was about to say, raw.
No, I thought we was vibing, but if that's what it sounded like, then yeah,
that's what it sounded like when Madonna was laying, when Madonna was getting the little plates handed to her from the barbecue.
When she had that moment.
Yeah.
When Tupac was langing.
All if you hear me.
I hear them all.
Oh, shit! Your name is Brenda, but you might have a baby. Sorry, but yeah, go listen to it afterwards, and you'll see what I was thinking. It was Madonna. But anyway, enough about Madonna out here rocking the cradle and all them things there. Still, shout out to Madonna though.
Yeah,
yo, quick one. Yeah. Did you hear that story about Madonna and Dennis Rodman? When he was in Vegas.
Before a game.
Yeah. No. He was in Vegas. He was in Vegas playing crabs at that. She must have hit him up. She's like, yo, Rodman, basically, I need the D. Pause. Oh, not that, right? And then he was like, yeah, I'm at the crabs table. And she was like, I don't care. I'll get the jet ready to come pick you up.
Just for the D. For the walla. Yeah? Hey. Listen. You hear me? When you're out here laying pipe like a plumber, yeah? Listen.
It's a me, bad, yo. Yeah.
I'm just saying. They'll pay the dues. And she paid the dues. Come on, man. I'm sure that weren't his first.
Hit the snooze.
I'm sure that weren't the first or last time, my guy. You hear me?
Nah. I was just like, this Rodman guy was out in the streets knocking down her Carmen Electra. He was knocking that. Carmen Electra was...
I think I heard a story about him, like, just before a game, like, man was doing a madness and...
I won't put past him.
Yeah, come on,
man. Man's nickname was the Worm. I don't want to speculate, but anyway, let's keep it moving because
that's how I see. Now we're taking it too far, man. It's only the start.
No, but that was his nickname for real, the Worm.
And it weren't because of a dance. People, I go by the name of Zeus, aka Gaiva.
Sorry. That was good. That was good. My name is Jizzy Records, aka Mr. 767. Sorry, I'm gonna be professional. Come on, but that one caught me off guard. Still,
I go front, man. We go by the name of the Screen Runners. We're here to tell you what's on the big and small screen.
Yeah, whoa.
Each and every time.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold on, what happened there?
Yeah. No. So I thought my screen was acting a little shake there, but it's cool. We good.
Okay.
We good.
Okay. I see what you did there. The screen was trying to run off, maybe.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on. Anyway, people, man, we're back in town, man. Thank you for joining us. Welcome.
We appreciate
if this is your first time, big up yourself if you're back here again and you enjoy what we do, because we enjoy doing it, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Drizzy, man, how you been? What you saying?
I mean, good, bro.
How's life treating you, man?
Yeah. Life is life-in, but it's more on the positive than the negative, and I hope that's the case for everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Summer season of movies coming our way, I really feel from the Mission Impossibles to the Lilos. Like I said, a Lilo and Stitch is gonna make a Billy. That's my prediction.
That's the hot take.
I'm standing by that.
Standing in it.
Absolutely. Yep.
No
you got Mission Impossible. You got Superman. You got Fantastic Four. You got Jurassic World Rebirth. You got How to Train Your Dragon. You got
and there's still some things that haven't even dropped yet that you're gonna get throughout the year, throughout the summer.
Yeah. Like Avatar, Wicked for Good. Like, yeah. Things are dropping, man. Like 2025, 2026 is gonna be peak. 2026 is gonna be peak. Doomsday and Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
speak
I'm not
already.
even talking about the big films though. I just see a trailer for something called Caught Stealing, which looks kind of fire. Yeah,
Ooh.
me. So you know,
Yeah, I
like
see.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Those kind of
Yes.
films that you don't even know about yet, that's just gonna drop in the little one away. Those are the kind of films I'm
See,
looking
this
for.
is
You know what I'm saying?
why.
Like,
This is why the people need to know. Like, you need. I know some people complain like, oh, it's just a lot of IP driven stuff. It's the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff, the Star Wars stuff, the yada yada yada. But the thing is, these studios put out these big IPs to make the P, so it gives them the leeway to then make these little things like Caught Stealing,
films
like.
that will genuinely.
Do you know what I'm saying? It all filters down. Like, so when Avengers is doing 2+ billion, Disney are like, awesome. All right, cool. We could go make something a little bit on a smaller scale. Like,
Have you started? Have you started the studio yet?
all right, sir. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna hold my hands up.
That's a no. That's
And
a
I
no, people.
no. Hold on, let me land. Let's just hold on, let me land. I know we're both in the cockpit for this plane, but let me land. I started watching it, and after the first episode, I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm a fan of Seth, but since I've been doing this online content thing, I don't know if I know a bigger fan of Seth than my co-pilot Zush for many reasons, from the talent wise to his personal vices. However,
He's a good guy.
I
man.
watched it, I was busted up, and I was like, damn, I gotta tell Zush about this. And after every episode, I gotta tell Zush about this show, and I never got round to it. So I want to humbly apologize to you.
Oh, you see, so you knew you were watching. Oh, you see that man there? You see that? Because I kind of caught on late. Like I had heard about it, but I hadn't really. You get me?
I'm sorry.
I didn't really know. But
I gotta do better. I gotta do
listen,
better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better.
Listen, Seth don't miss. He don't miss for me. He don't miss.
Bro,
he don't miss. He hasn't missed in a while. Let's just say that he hasn't missed in a while.
Now he hasn't, from Invincible to The Boys to this to Ninja
Mario
Turtles,
Brothers,
like bro,
everything he's involved in, like he hasn't really missed. He don't really miss. Like Seth, I don't know, man. He's different. He's different. He's like one of the here's the real like gem. If Seth has a project he's working on and he hits you up, my advice to you would be get involved. Drop everything, get involved.
Yeah, just get involved, man. Seth is, when it's all said and done, and I still feel like he's skating that underrated.
Yeah, 100%.
Line.
I don't even feel like he's hit, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Hit Super Saiyan yet. Like, he ain't even got that budget to where it's like,
but
I'm
his
telling you, like,
line of work, his catalog,
the things
yo,
he's
man,
involved
it stands up against a lot of people, bro.
the things he chooses, the things he produces, and it's like all round in terms of like what you like about the project. It's like the concept of it, how he's going about it, the satire of the joke about it. Like it's like super relatable. I feel like if you're from a certain era, like Seth just reminds, like he listens to Wu-Tang and them thing there. Like he just,
absolutely,
like he's from that era. You can just tell he's just from that era, bro. He's from that era, bro. And I
Listen,
get it. I just get it. I get it. I feel like I get it.
I think it's episode 2. It's called because they're all called like it's episode. I like shows where they're based on something that's said in the show, and you go, "Oh yeah, that's the title."
Is that the bit where is that the episode where he goes to the studio? I mean, goes to the set. Goes to the set on set. Yeah, bro. That's joke. Yeah, bro. Because I'm only on like episode 4 or something. But yeah, episode 2 is where you're like, all right, cool. Yeah. And it's literally
I feel so sorry for him because he's so wants to be like, he doesn't want to change how he is, where he's very director friendly and this and that. But now it's like, bro,
himself. Yeah, but he can't be because you're here now. You're
him.
Yeah.
But he so wants to.
The reason why I brought that up as well, is because of what you were saying earlier in terms of like the big films having to be made in order for little films to be done. Like that show, if you don't know, is like
behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's like a quick
Hollywood.
sneak behind the scenes, but a satire. It's in
Yeah.
satire, so it's a comedic look behind the scenes. It reminds me a little bit of Entourage. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of them
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of peeling back the curtains a little bit, and they're showing you what it could be like. Where really and truly, you know, this is kind of like what it's like.
Yeah, absolutely,
This is
absolutely.
This is how it is. You get me? So I'm really enjoying it because of that. And yeah, man, if you ain't seen that, make sure you go check out the studio. If you ain't even
Tell
here
your
for the
friends.
review,
I like me. Tell your friends. Yeah. Once it's all said and done, we have to run it back.
Yeah, but yeah, don't be like Drizzy. Like,
Yeah. Don't be like me. Tell your friends. When you see good things, tell your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Man, bring them in. But anyway, man, let's get straight to the news, because obviously we ain't got nothing to review because no one don't be telling me about no good shows when they come out. You hear me? But it's all good. You hear me? I ain't gonna crash out. You hear me?
Nah. It's not crash out season. It's not crash out season. Nah.
Or is it? Or is it crash out?
No, it's not. Nah. No. Let's wait for when Karate Kid drops, or let's wait for when Ballerina drops or something. No crashing out, bro.
But I feel
we
like
crashed out. We almost crashed out on Havoc. Still, I felt like we was kind of getting there, and we kind of pulled it back.
Well, no, I'm just saying in terms of like crashing out, like certain, you get me? Uncle was almost crashing out the other day. Like certain man almost had Uncle crashing out. So that's what I'm saying. Is it crash out?
All right.
Season?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna give you some names and tell me which version do you think that guy would not be prepared to deal with. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So I'm gonna give you Robert McCall from The Equalizer. I'm gonna give you Alonzo Harris. King Kong ain't got shit on me from Training Day. Creasy from Man on Fire. People forget. He was serious. Or man like Frank Lucas from American Gangster. Which, by the way, I need to watch that film again because I know it's duration wise, it's a bit of a man, it's still going on, but man, we got some good performances in that. Yeah.
Which character would I say he didn't want it with Dale on the carpet? See, I feel like he weren't in his Equalizer bag. Like Equalizer's a bit more, you get me? A bit more calculated, a bit more calm, cool, and content. So,
X him out. Yeah.
All right. Who do you say second? Which character?
I said Alonzo Harris from Trading Day.
All right.
Oh, you mother! Okay. Oh,
see,
you think you can touch me like I'm in a zoo? Okay. All right.
See, I didn't get that vibe neither. I didn't really get.
Okay.
That's more of a bravado kind of like. Yeah. That's not. He's not really a revenge character. Like I feel like a little revenge. Like if you touch me again, my guy, it's me. And I didn't really feel that was Alonzo's vibe. Give me the third one. What was the third one?
Man like Creasy from Man on Fire.
Now you see him.
Yeah.
A serious guy. He a stern talking to you now. Yeah. You see that little white you? If you mess with this little white you, I'ma give you a stern talking to. And
I will give you this warning because what happened next, I don't want you to say you weren't warned about what's happening next.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he was in his Frank Lucas bag where he was just like, hey, listen. And then A$AP Rocky was there, and A$AP Rocky kind of left the camera, and in my head I was like, A$AP's probably got to draw for the thing, but he doesn't want to be caught on camera, dude, because he just bust a case. But we don't want that for A$AP, you know. He's got to take after the babies. Them.
No, you're right. I think it's Frank Lucas. I think it's Frank, because he was on this gangster tip, like he was
absolutely.
Like,
and he laughed it off as well.
Get off me, like I'm zoned in here, like you get me. So
he laughed it off. The laugh off is where you're like, hang on a minute. He's aggressive, but he's laughing.
Be afraid, because at that point, like you almost want my man to test his patience. Like a part of me was like, I beg you, tap him again. Like be that guy, tap him again, tap him again. Yeah.
But however, while we're on that subject of Uncle Denzel,
we didn't say who we were talking about.
Sorry, yes.
New Spike Lee film, hanging with the director and co-star rapper A$AP Rocky, when suddenly things go south. As the music of Andrea Bocelli plays on the loudspeakers, a confrontation ensues after a photographer grabs him to get his attention for a photo. Not a good idea. Denzel snaps, pointing his finger at the photog and sternly declaring, "Never put your hands on me." As Denzel turns away, the photographer does it again, grabbing him by the arm. The Oscar-winning actor turns and repeatedly says, "Stop it."
Bro, like stop the
Relax.
thing.
Easy.
Fall
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
back, my guy.
Back.
Like,
Before I put you on your back with a punch. Pow!
This ain't that. Listen, I tell you what, you definitely needs a slap according to the comments I read. Your guy, Peter Andre, man. Mysterious Girl songmaker.
All we have in
Mysterious
girl.
Yes.
Where did he film that? Where did he film Mysterious Girl?
I have no idea.
Because it might be coming full circle. It might be coming full circle.
It might.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
So a man like Peter Andre, he's got a film out called Jafaican. What did you think when you saw the trailer? Was you in support of this?
It felt like a mix between if Little Britain was made in 2025, like, is this what Little Britain would look like in 2025? Where it's like it's trying to be provocative, but at the same time not step over the line, because we've seen it all the time. Like, listen, if you walk around London long enough, you'll see a white person with dreads. You'll see a white, well, I don't call them dreads, so you'll see a white person with locks. You know what I'm saying? You go to Jamaica, see a white person with locks. It's not, even in the hippie era, you see white people with locks because they the Bob Marley era and that. So I get that, but I do feel like Jamaica and Caribbean islands in general are, I don't know if mockery is the right word or if mockery is too much of a strong word, but it's almost like it's an afterthought of what people would think from those parts of the world. Do you know what I mean? Because they're small.
I mean, I feel like this narrative has been mocked for many years, which is why I don't feel like this would be Little Britain in 2025. This is something that has been ongoing for a hot minute when you really check it. Like, they've been been wearing them fake ass. I've always hated them dread hats, I've always hated them fake ass dread hats. I mean, I'm not even Jamaican, but I've always found them kind of offensive.
I respect it.
And just in terms of like when people are mimicking Jamaicans, like, it's always kind of been a thing. Like, let's keep it a one-er. So I don't feel this is new per se. I just feel like, oh wow, someone's actually got the balls to go all the way with it and actually make something of it and make it into a film sort of vibe. When I first saw the trailer, I didn't really pity it. I didn't really think too much of it. Like, I thought, okay, this just looks trash. Like, it looks trash. It looks low budget. I thought, okay, is that what we're doing? To be honest, I didn't even really think it was going to be a real film. I thought it was like one of them joke trailers, like for some kind of sketch or something.
A
full-length film. You know what I'm saying? So when you actually find out it's going to be a full-length film, it's like, oh, okay, someone actually put money behind this. I mean, the director, Freddie, I call him Freddy Krueger, because I remember when he used to be a rapper back in the days. If you don't know.
Correct. Yeah.
So he's the director and writer. He's getting a bit of flack himself, obviously being behind the film and being the guy that's actually putting this film on a platform for it to be done. Him being of African heritage is also something that people have been commenting on and taking a bit offense to be fair. They're like, well, if you're African heritage, like, why are you using like a Jamaican spin? Why don't he go back to why don't he go to Nigeria and do the whole thing like there? Why is it a Jamaican thing? Like, why are you taking a piss or using Jamaica as like this punchline? As I heard, shout out to Marvin Harris, he was on I'm not too sure what he was on, but he was talking about the film and his disdain for the whole angle of that as well, which I kind of agree. Like, you kind of agree. But then on the flip side, it's a comedy. It's a piss take. I'm here for a little bit of a laugh and a ha-ha and a hee-hee. But it does come at a cost. And I don't think this is it. Like I said, I wasn't really mad at it at first. But then when you really start dissecting it, and then you really start thinking about who's really going to find this funny and who it's really targeted at, it's like, yeah, it's just more mockery. But I'll tell you what I weren't impressed with. I weren't impressed with neither of their replies to the backlash that they've been getting from the film. I don't think the excuses or what they were talking about was justifying enough to, like, I mean, Peter Andre saying that, yo, we had loads of Jamaicans on the set and working on the film, and like, if there was something wrong with it, I'm sure like they would have said something. And it's like, well, no, not necessarily. You get me? Even though sometimes you do want people to stand up and protest and be that outspoken person, that's not everybody's bag. It's a bag for some, for the majority, for everyone really. No one's there for free. It's a look, you get me? So you're never really always gonna get that pushback from people that you might want the pushback from, or expect that there's gonna be pushback from, because they're working on the project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. The thing is, it's like, I feel like Jamaican culture, I think West Indian culture in general, has always been, it's always been the butt of lots of jokes, right? Whether it's you're fresh off the boat, or, you know, and Americans in particular, comedians, skits, the sketch shows and all that, they always had that token Jamaican
with a fucking terrible accent.
Yeah, with the hat.
Americans, can we just quickly say that Americans have the worst West Indian accent in films possible. Like, the worst. And I would never understand that when they're like a stone throw away from the motherfuckers. Like, I would never understand
and they essentially are responsible for bringing the, you know, hip hop, the idea of creating hip hop to America. Like, so it's kind of like, well, you know what I mean?
Busta Rhymes has the top 3 accent in America, period, when it comes to doing a Jamaican accent.
Yeah, him and Foxy Brown. I miss Foxy Brown. She's doing her thing still, but I'm trying to see the average. There was a Q&A for it at the Odeon.
They've been doing a lot of screenings and a lot of Q&As, because I feel like they're trying to get as much positive and promotion out of it as possible. But I'm not really seeing it. I don't think people are going out to support this.
And the title,
I wouldn't pay to go cinema to watch it. Put it like that.
Nah.
You're not paying.
And the title's a bit on the nose as well, Jafaican. Yeah, the more I think about it, like, because people of color are in the same room as you are, it doesn't mean that it's cool where you are, or they're cool where they are. They're just trying to catch. They're trying to cash a check. Well, just because they kind of cash a check, and people walk by and go, "Oh, that looks dope!" Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It aesthetically looks good, but deep down, they're probably thinking, I'd prefer it if, you know what I mean?
The question is, though, who are you more mad at? The writer, Freddie, or Peter Andre, the actor, for getting involved?
Oh, I think an actor's role is to serve the character that they're meant to play. So I don't think it's his. I would put it down to the writer. Like, you wrote, a good writer will write a role and have someone specifically in mind for that role. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you get lucky. Like the MCU, for an example. There needs to be a Netflix documentary on the Sarah something, I believe her name is. There needs to be a documentary on her on Netflix, a cast, or it would be a Disney Plus or one, of how she has just been knocking it out the park from Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man right up to Thunderbolts. Like, it's a very important job. And, you know, he's written this role and he specifically had Peter Andre in mind. Okay, cool. But the premise of this role, and this movie, I should say, he's sticking out like Do you know what I mean? It's like a
And
fish not even out of water.
And like I said,
fish on road.
I didn't even like nor their replies. I didn't like none of their replies, should I say?
Yeah.
And Freddie's reply to it, like of him saying, "Yo, I've been to Jamaica. When I went to Jamaica, I saw a lot of white Jamaicans." And then when the interviewer was saying, "Well, but what about the Afro-Caribbean hair sort of thing, the Afro wigs, or you don't really see that?" He was kind of swerving it and just like, well, Jamaicans that's been messaging me, they ain't mad, you get me? Like, they're not really mad at this.
That's a small percentage. That's a small percentage of people, though. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. Yeah, that I didn't like that part. It's like,
yeah, it was like,
he was on the defense of like, well, the Jamaicans that I know,
yeah,
they're cool with it. All right, cool.
Like,
yeah, they're your brethren. They're meant to be cool with it.
Yeah,
but
because
behind the scenes,
the random DMs you're getting from people that said they're Jamaicans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know they're Jamaican. Like, how you know they're Jamaican?
You know who I want to? You know who I want to hear from right now? Right now is the time I want to hear from White Yardie.
Okay. Yeah. That's a shout. That's a shout.
What have you got to say, sir? Because it's like I would love to hear his thoughts, not on like a cause drama now, but I would like to hear his thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like someone who's of Jamaican descent but is white, and how does he look at this? Because he's been having his Jamaican background card tested on many occasions.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I don't even feel like we would have been mad if they gave that part to White Yardie and then customized the part for his character. Like he didn't need to wear a wig. He wouldn't have needed to do all of that shit. Yeah,
none of that.
He could have just been a character that just went out there.
You know what the mad thing is? If you just come out the jump and say this is a parody of the concept that there's some people out there who are just so beggy to be Jamaican.
Bro,
we'd all be like, all right, cool, let's go.
Stand 10 toes. And even if we weren't, at least you just being honest into what you're trying to do. You're trying to make a spin on the age-old Jafaican.
Yeah.
You hear me? It's like you're just trying to do your thing and put a spin on it. You probably had this in the back of your head, pause. You hear me? You probably had this conjuring up an idea for the longest of time. You get me? Just waiting for a moment to kind of put it out. And now you found your window because you feel like you're in an era now where it will get the kind of attention that it needs. So all you gotta do is be honest about what you're doing, bro. You get me? Stand 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? But
you should. To be fair, if you really feel that way about it, like you don't feel there's a problem, you should just drop this in October, Black History Month, man. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Wow. You should have really like, yo, if you're standing on business, you should just drop this in October, man.
And you know what? That's the thing as well, you know? Like, especially, well, neither of them are comedians, so that's what, I mean, that shows. But if you're gonna do it, like, just go full you know? You hear me?
Wait, hey, I don't know if we can use that word.
Yeah, yeah, but you just you gotta go full. You hear me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trumpet fun.
Like, cause okay, here's a classic example, and it didn't just work. It slapped. Tropic Thunder.
Bro, classic. Don't tell me nothing. Bridesmaids and Tropic Thunder are classics, bro. Don't tell me nothing, bro.
Robert Downey Jr. was not Robert Downey Jr. in that movie. Not how we know him, anyway.
A whole blackface, bro.
Bro.
A whole blackface.
And he stood 20 toes down in it.
Down. No
and
pussy
it was like,
about it, bro.
No. He took that role. You know what? He should got Oscar for that. But anyway,
bro. Anyway, we gonna talk about roles that deserve Oscars later.
That's a shout. You know, that is a good shout, my brother. Yeah, he stood 10 toes down in it. But the thing was, it's like the way he was doing it. It's like we know people like that who are so over the top to prove that they understand the black struggle and the black day-to-day life and all that. I know who that is. I can see without even being told,
and they portrayed
what he's represented.
That even better, they portrayed that's what they were trying to do.
Right.
Like, with him being in character the way he was, you still got the message and what they were actually trying to put out. I was like, bro, don't take this guy serious, no matter how serious he's taking himself. Like, no matter how serious he is taking it, because he's taking himself mighty serious right now.
Mighty serious.
To the point where when they break character and man get exposed, and man's like, bro, like, what you doing? And man still is in character. Listen, you got, nah, for real, he deserves an Oscar for that. Bro, he deserves an Oscar, bro.
And guess what? It didn't even hurt his career.
Bro, it helped.
People look at that as a fond memory.
He gained the fan base. He gained the fan base.
For sure. Like, that was, I'm sure that was pre-Iron Man. That was pre-Iron Man.
Yeah, that was pre-Iron Man.
That got us on board. So when we saw him as Tony Stark, I was like, oh, I'm in.
Bro,
I'm in.
Listen, and so, going back to this Jafaican thing, like, if you're going to do it, like, do it. Like, do it properly, but, like, make that, like, obvious. Because also doing something like this, you can't be subtle. And then I've heard them say, oh, it's more about a love story. It's like, bro, no one ain't watching the fucking love story, bro. Like, no one's watching anything else other than what you're trying to portray. So if it's really supposed to be comedy, like how you want it to be, then stand in it and do, like, a proper parody of what you're trying to do, you get me?
And
like,
we've had those type of parodies before where it's like the white guy, the nerdy white guy, even though nerds are cool because I'm a nerd, I'm a self-proclaimed nerd. But like, okay, the office-based 9-to-5 white guy befriends the guy from the ends who's on the street corners from the hood, who's all about that chitty chitty bang bang life. And he's trying to understand the life of that guy and vice versa. We've had those movies till the end of time.
That's what I'm saying. But
he could have just Peter Andre. Here's how I would have wrote Peter Andre's character in this movie. This movie is a love story about how a guy has who was raised by his grandmother because his mother passed away at a young age for Peter Andre, and she looked after him and she's raised him. But she is from the era where the Windrush community just started to come into the UK. And now she befriended a lot of those families to the point where she was kind of embraced in that family. Now, he's always been on the outside looking in like, I don't understand. But then he got accepted as one of them. That's one of the little Bickney them. Okay. But then he lost contact with his grandmother, and then he went and lived in another part of England where it's a total culture change, right? There's no West Indians there, there's none of that. Okay, then he gets a call, my grandmother, your granny is, the carers are saying, boom, 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 they need money. He's then like, I need to tap into what I used to know from when I was growing up and go to Jamaica and try run a quick little lick, see from me up with my boy Delroy that I grew up like, Delroy, like, yo, man, I need some help. Yo, hey, listen. Yeah, because you're in Jamaica. We can
Because he needs a code. You need
the code, right? Yeah. And the Delroy's like, go Jamaica and link my cousin Winston. I'm using the bait names because it's a parody thing. He goes and meets Winston, and Winston's like, yo, I ain't seen you for time, brethren. Do you remember when, a quick little 30-second or 2 minutes of them going about? Remember back in the day we used to So now you're like, oh, this guy really was around the culture. So when he starts saying certain things and moving a certain way when he's in Jamaica, we're not going to be like, what's he doing? This guy's mocking the thing. It's like, nah, you know what? He grew up around that community. And then it's kind of like you got to fake it till you make it, make the lick, try to get, the whole thing is up against the clock to try and get back to the UK, get through customs with the thing. That's how I would have wrote it.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad, Drizzy.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It sounds like you thought that out though. Like you've been
literally just now. Literally just now. I just on my life. I just freestyle that right now.
Man,
do you know what I'm saying?
Clips in the building. You hear me? Come on.
Listen, URL on that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I would have done it. You know what?
No, that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes
Naked Gun is a great parody foundational movie. I love Naked Gun to the end of time. And that movie takes the mick out of all type of stereotypes. No one is safe from that.
Yeah.
But that's how I would have ran this movie.
I wasn't mad at it. And like you said, man, you just need like co-stars and like co-Ds and like some sort of, I mean, we're saying it and we haven't seen the film. You get me? it might have some sort of tie-in, but I pretty much doubt it. From the trailer I see, it looks stupid. Like it
I can't talk for you, but I don't know if I'm gonna be seeing that film, bro.
Nah. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It did cross my mind. It did. At first, I was like, let me go and, maybe do some shrooms chocolate and see if I can get a little laugh out of it. But
see, you could do that and get away with it. Me, I don't do none of that, so I have to literally sit there like, raw. I'm really putting myself through this.
I definitely weren't watching this sober. I'll tell you that much. I won't watch this sober. You hear me? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
All right. We'll make an executive decision once it's available somewhere that we can access that doesn't require us to leave our yard. We might for the culture.
We maybe not for their culture, but this culture. For our culture.
Yo.
But man.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, man. That's your news update today, people, man. Let us know your thoughts on it. Get in the comments, man. Let us know your thoughts on Jafaican. If you're gonna go watch it, if you think it's a piss take, if you think it's just all for laughs, like it's being taken out of context, man. It's just a little joke. You hear me? Let us know in the comments, man. So make sure you stay tuned. Follow us on all the platforms. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and catch us next time, man. You already know we go by the Screenrunners, the best movie and TV review show that your auntie's sighting has ever seen. You already know.
Facts.
Absolutely.